All right. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm trying to see what time it is because I've lost track of time and what day it is with finally getting power back on. But we are joined today with Drew Haas. He's with Fellars Insurance, and I'm sure right now a lot of people, if you're like me, and if you saw that photo of that I posted on Facebook, you probably saw Asher and I standing on our spall that's completely frozen over. Hey, what is covered here, right? What type of claims can I make? What do I need to do first? So, Drew, welcome first off. So you've had power the whole time, right?
Yeah, I've been lucky enough to have that. Thank goodness.
Yes. So all right, let's say that you've got a pool. Let's say that, unfortunately, I know some friends that have some pipes have burst in their house. What is the first thing that someone should do, when getting ready to make that claim?
Yeah, for sure. Well, kind of in all of the insurance legalese, they're going to basically make it to where you have to either do reasonable care to maintain heat so that, the pipes don't freeze. And then the other factor is that if they do, that you need to shut off the water. So, if we have any broken pipes or any, frozen pipes or issues like that, the first step is to definitely shut off the water. And then once that starts, in this case, so many people are going through this right now. So right now we anticipate claims processes to be slow. So I definitely recommend that if you think you have that damage, to go ahead and start the claims process for sure.
So let me ask you real quick. And I want to get to the two other questions you and I talked about. But let's say that you've got, for real estate agents out there, maybe that you are buying a home, you're under contract, you're in the process of buying. What should that excuse the background there? What should that buyer be doing right now?
If you're purchasing a new home, first, I think that most closings have gotten pushed out. I've seen that from a lot of people so far. And also some of the insurance carriers right now are kind of putting on a moratorium on new business. So any of these closings that are kind of rapidly approaching, we're probably going to see some issues in the short term. Usually these moratoriums definitely get lifted pretty quickly once the storm's passed and everything, but the insurance carriers are basically just trying to protect themselves from, currently insuring a home that, as soon as it gets insured, it's got these broken pipe issues.
Gotcha. And what would be, so let's say that typically, and this was the question I asked you, I texted you earlier with, what are you typically seeing that is covered, under insurance? So let's go with pipe bursting and stuff like that. And then go to, I know here in McKinney, a lot of people in our neighborhood group is just, their pools with that long of power outages we had, their pools just completely froze up.
Yeah, definitely. All right. So with insurance, you're basically covered from perils. So they're going to be, on most policies, you're going to be covered from everything. And then there will be a list of what's called exclusions in there. So most of the time, those exclusions are kind of things you don't really have to worry about too much, like nuclear warfare, terrorism, industrial waste, things like that. But some of them are water. That's kind of the biggest one on that exclusion list to worry about. In this case, though, because this is a weather event and it's due to freezing, they're considering the peril as freezing. And that is something that pretty much everybody should be covered for. That is in the standard HO3 policy, which pretty much everyone has. It's definitely the most popular policy in Texas. So if you're covered from freezing, the issues that arise out of that, in most cases, are going to be covered from that freezing peril. So if the pipes in your home, if they freeze and they burst, you don't have to worry about that water coverage because you are covered under that freezing clause. So as long as you maintain the heat and turn off the water and all that stuff, then you don't have to worry about if you have water coverage or not, because you will have coverage for the freezing. And then I would say, in terms of what's covered, it's a lot of little small things in there that'll be excluded, and a lot of them that'll be really particular to the individual's policy. So you'll definitely have to kind of talk to your agent and figure out what all is included there.
Gotcha. And so what does it look like right now when making that claim? Are we going to, if So if we make a claim here or others make a claim with the pipe bursting, et cetera, are we seeing our insurance rates go up?
Yeah, so most of the time, if you do a water claim, for instance, it's going to jack up your rates quite a bit. I mean, they will increase. In this case, though, like I said, since it's covered under that freezing and this is a weather event, we don't have to worry about your direct premium increasing because you make a claim. So if you think you basically have the damage, I recommend go ahead and talk to your agent and make the claim. And if it gets denied, your premiums won't rise because this is a weather event. And if you do, make the claim and they pay it out, your premiums directly won't rise. And I say directly because acts of God and weather, the insurance carriers can't increase your individual premium. So what they'll do is they'll increase basically the rates for everybody in our area, probably next year to help cover for all these losses.
And what's the difference between, like, so you're an insurance at an insurance brokerage company, not a direct like an Allstate and State Farm. What is the difference between you and your insurance company and some of the direct insurance like the State Farms?
Yeah. So some carriers are what's called captive insurance carriers. So basically, if you're an agent with them, then you can't be an agent with a different insurance carrier. The big ones on that are going to be, USAA, State Farm, Geico kind of. So for us, what we do is we basically have to apply and get credentials with each of the carriers that we work with. And then we have to learn each of their policies so that we can be an agent for them and represent them as an agent. Excellent.
And so the benefit would be that my understanding is that you're able to kind of shop multiple carriers to see, which ones have possibly better terms for coverage on not just your home, but also your auto.
Yeah, definitely. A lot of there's kind of two different strategies in the insurance business. One is to kind of go out and get a large market share so that you can have a lot of clients and make your revenue that way. And then the other strategy, well, there's multiple, but the other main one that's opposite of that is there are some carriers out there that are very, very strategic on new business. So basically they don't want a lot of clients because they don't want to have, a ton of claims every year. And instead they go after clients that kind of fit their criteria of clients they think won't have claims very often. So for us, it's about kind of finding the right fit for somebody where you match up with the criteria that they're looking for. So I'll have, an insurance carrier for one client that's twice as much as the lowest, and then it'll flip flop on the next client. So it's really just about kind of finding that right fit.
Perfect. And Drew, as people are going through this and possibly looking at, after typically these types of events, I know people get frustrated with maybe their insurance agents, the carrier they're with. Typically, we see a lot of times people start to look at other options. What's the best contact information so people can reach out to you with any questions and if they want to see, if you can get them a better rate?
Yeah, for sure. So I can be reached directly at my phone number, 817-228-6896. Or you can shoot me an email at Drew@Fellars, that's F as in Frank, ELLERS, insurance.com.
And we'll post all that information in the comments as well as an email when we send this out. So, and unfortunately, if you're affected by any of these weather-related events, please reach out to us. Let us know what we can do to help you. If you have any questions, if you're thinking about selling, maybe you're under contract, reach out to us, let us know, and we can point you in the right direction. Thank you guys for watching. Drew, thanks for joining us. I know that a lot of stuff going on right now, sure. And I'll definitely be in contact with you to see if my pool's covered. All right, guys, have a great day.
Yeah, absolutely, bud. All right, take care.